At least 6 people are dead in the war-torn country following a new round of Russian missile attacks overnight. The strikes hit 10 regions across the country, including the capital of Kyiv, where 2 people were reportedly killed. Berlin correspondent Trent Murray is live in Germany for us this morning. Trent, what else can you tell us about this latest round of attacks? What was targeted?
Yeah, good morning, Jay. One of the biggest Russian attacks that we have seen in recent weeks, 81 missiles fired across 10 different regions in Ukraine. As you say, several casualties, both in the capital, Kyiv, also in the far west city of Lviv. We understand as well 6 hypersonic missiles were fired by the Russians, unable to be intercepted by the Ukrainians because of that advanced technology. The mayor of Kyiv is saying that several sites were targeted, including a parking lot and apartment buildings, as well as energy infrastructure. Once again, major power outages across the Ukrainian grid. The Russians continuing to target critical infrastructure, including the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Now, that is Europe's largest nuclear power plant. Once again, its main external power supply was disconnected. The power lines were damaged for the 6th time in this war. It is now operating on emergency diesel generators in order to cool those reactors. The head of the IAEA, the UN's nuclear watchdog, says he's extremely concerned about that power loss once again, going on to say, quote, "One day our luck will run out."
Trent, in eastern Ukraine, Russia is ramping up its efforts to claim the city of Bakhmut. How much progress have troops made there, and what's the significance of that city?
Yeah, that's right. This really is becoming an incredibly bloody and deadly war of attrition between both sides. Both Russia and Ukraine pouring huge numbers of troops in to try and control that strategic city. It once had 80,000 people in it. Is now pretty well desolate because of months of artillery fire. The Wagner mercenary group, that is that private army commanded by Russian forces, they say they have now taken all of the east of the city, but the Ukrainians have recommitted to trying to hold it. President Zelensky sending more troops in this week. We understand both sides suffering huge numbers of casualties in order to try and hold that city. Some Western officials, including the head of NATO, is saying that we expect Bakhmut could fall to the Russians in coming days, but there are no signals from President Zelensky's office that they are going to retreat from that city. They believe that this World War I style war of attrition, where they just continue to try and mow down waves of Russian troops to take the city, they think that is in their strategic interest. But as I say, Western officials now are talking about whether there is a cost-benefit analysis here that needs to be done, whether it's worth trying to still hold that city, Bakhmut, or to retreat.